Hello everyone, and welcome to the Pulse Global News Network. My name is Jesse Cooper. In the high points of the news: 1. Chinese military in disarray. 2. Iran ready to implement prisoner swap with the US. 3. Apple to fix radiation flaw in iPhone 12. And now, the news in details. General Lee has not been seen in public in more than 2 weeks. He had been expected to take part in a meeting last week in Vietnam, but there was no word of his attendance. Asked by reporters on Friday about General Lee's whereabouts, Mao Ning, a spokeswoman for the Chinese Foreign Ministry, said she had no information. The investigation points to questions about the Communist Party's leader, Xi Jinping's confidence in his own military. Just 6 weeks ago, Mr. Jinping replaced the two most senior commanders of the People's Liberation Army Rocket Force, which oversees China's nuclear missiles. The abrupt dismissals suggested that Mr. Xi Jinping was seeking to reassert his control over the military and purge perceived corruption, disloyalty, and dysfunction from its ranks. Iran's foreign minister has said his country is ready to implement a Qatar-mediated deal with the United States, under which Washington and Tehran each would free 5 prisoners and $6 billion in Iranian assets held in South Korea would be released. The broad outlines of the US-Iran deal, under which our citizens detained by Iran would be allowed to leave in exchange for the transfer of the funds to banks in Qatar and the release of 5 Iranians held in the United States, were made public on August 10. Washington has waived sanctions to allow the transfer of $6 billion in Iranian funds from South Korea to Qatar. The waiver drew criticism from Republicans and others who say the deal will improve the Iranian economy at a time when that country poses a growing threat to us troops and allies in the region. Apple is updating the iPhone 12 in France after regulators threatened to force a recall over radiation concerns. French regulators claim that the device emits electromagnetic radiation in excess of levels allowed in the European Union. Apple says the iPhone 12 is perfectly safe and points out that France is the only country out of 27 EU nations that has raised the complaint since the phone launched in 2020. It says the issue arose from a specific test protocol only the French government uses. Initially, Apple contested the order, but has since decided it would issue a patch that should fix the problem rather than argue about the safety of the phone. We will issue a software update for users in France to accommodate the protocol used by French regulators, Apple told Reuters. We look forward to iPhone 12 continuing to be available in France. That will be all for today's broadcast of the news. Join us again next time for another informative broadcast on Pulse Global News Network. From me, Jesse Cooper, enjoy the rest of your day.